피해 여학생들은 정신적인 고통을 이기지 못해 자살을 기도하거나 육체적 후유증으로 산부인과 치료를 받고 있습니다.
This case is probably one of the most notorious cases that have rattled the entire nation at the time. Netizens were furious online, and random faces of men who people thought were the perpetrators were just everywhere, unfiltered, causing another problem itself. This shocking incident drew inspiration for many Korean movies and dramas, such as Gong-ju in 2013 and the Inju gang rape case in the drama series Signal. So without further ado, let's begin our story. The Miryang gang rape case. In June 2003, a 14-year-old girl, only known to the public as Choi, who was living in Ulsan City in South Gyeongsang Province, South Korea, met a high school boy surnamed Park online. They continued chatting for some time, and in January 2004, Park asked her to come over to his place in Miryang. Maybe she was curious about this boy, and she decides to meet him there. When she arrived at the place he lured her into, he struck her head from the back with an iron pipe, and she blacks out. He was not alone. He was with 11 other boys who were part of Miryang's youth gang, which was notorious for assaulting and habitually stealing money from fellow students in the area. The 12 boys drag the unconscious Choi to a nearby motel, and there, they start raping her one by one. They filmed this with a camcorder and with their phones. Choi was completely helpless. She was threatened by these boys who said they would spread the video of her being violated on the internet. She couldn't tell anyone about what happened to her. And this continues over the course of a year from then on. She was even raped outdoors in playgrounds and tennis courts, and she was brutally assaulted just for entertainment. It is known that the young girl was even sexually tortured with so many different objects. According to police, she was raped up to 10 times by 3 to 24 high school boys in each occurrence, with at least 44 boys being involved over a year. The girl was ordered to bring her 13-year-old sister and 16-year-old cousin to Miryang, where they were also beaten up. It was later revealed that the perpetrators did upload videos of her being raped online. Why couldn't anyone save this poor girl? Her father was an alcoholic, and he was abusive, which made her mom run away from him. Choi herself couldn't take refuge at home because the only person in this world that should have protected her was beating her up every day, just like the boys did. She swallows a large amount of sleeping pills, but she ends up alive in the hospital. The doctor was suspicious of the marks and bruises on her body and does a medical examination on her, which revealed what had happened to her over the past year. And on November 25th, 2004, her aunt reports this to the police. The police investigation started, and it turned out that she was not the only victim. There were at least 5 more girls who were raped by the gang members. If the perpetrators served their time in jail and got punished for what they have done, the story would have ended here, but unfortunately, things got even worse. The rapes provoked widespread outrage, as did the police's handling of the subsequent investigation. Officers reportedly harangued the victims, telling them they'd ruined the city's reputation and leaked identifying information about them to the media. As Choi's identity was exposed, she started getting blackmailed by the perpetrators and their parents. Even when Choi told the police she wanted to be questioned by a female officer, this also was denied. The male officer reportedly asked the victim if she was the one who seduced the boys. She was even put in the same room as the perpetrators during the investigation, and police asked each boy if they had put it inside her in her presence. How could the police be so insensitive, absolutely disgraceful with the victims? Imagine how this young girl might have felt, violated, belittled by these people, even her father, despite the fact that she was the victim and the society should have been able to protect her from bad people. She was physically in very bad shape, and she had to be treated for an extended period of time because of the damage done to her body. She was also mentally unstable, and she tried to take her own life many more times. Choi was later sent to a closed psychiatric ward. Even when she was there, her father visited her along with the perpetrator's parents to force her to agree to a settlement offer of 50 million won. She was even forced to sign a petition asking for leniency in sentencing the case. Her father and close relatives took all the settlement money, and not a penny was used for her medical treatment. She tried to go back to school and continue her studies, but no school would accept a rape victim. She finally did get into school, but later had to leave school because of the perpetrator's parents who came to her school every day to ask her to sign a petition for parole. So what happened to the 44 boys who were involved? Prosecutors sent most of the accused to juvenile court or dropped charges. Only 10 were formally accused for sexual assault, with prosecutors asking for 2 to 4 years imprisonment with a 3-year probation. Citing the young age of the offenders and the fact that some had already been admitted to college or hired for jobs, the judges refused the charges against even these 10, instead sending them to juvenile court. And because the father took settlement money from parents, 13 perpetrators were cleared of the charges. Ultimately, only 5 suspects were sent to a juvenile detention center, and none were convicted of criminal charges. That's how this ended. Well, there is a lot to think about. Almost 2 decades have passed since this case occurred, and things have changed a lot for the better in Korea. But still, a series of high-profile sex crime cases in recent years have been causing public anger over perceived leniency in sentencing. And juvenile crimes are also on the rise, with people voicing the need to reduce the minimum age of criminal liability. But all things aside, our criminal justice system is designed to deliver justice for all, and it should do just that. Megan's Case Files will continue next episode. Thanks for watching.